The hour, and city officials right now are getting ready to hand over some of your tax dollars to a career criminal after he was beaten by Albuquerque police in 2011. It'll now cost the city more than $100,000, and it goes to Nicholas Bloom, who's in a federal prison right now for punching his girlfriend in the face. The wanted felon had just crashed a stolen pickup truck and made a run for it into an uptown hotel parking garage. APD officer Robert Woolever is seen holding Bloom down while Officer John Doyle kicks him repeatedly. Both officers were fired. Bloom sued for police brutality. The city said yesterday it chose to settle to, quote, avoid taxpayers paying for ongoing litigation costs.
We turn out to this morning. Police in Santa Fe are looking for this woman caught on camera robbing a gas station clerk with a gun in hand. You can see she walks into the Giant on Airport Road just before midnight. It appears she's going to buy a candy bar, but then pulls a gun. If you recognize her, you're asked to call Santa Fe police. This morning, some APS parents at a big West Side school are wondering why construction on a playground is just taking so long. It's a project that's taken nearly 3 years to complete, and it's still not done. Parents were promised a play area back in 2012 where for their 2nd to 5th graders at Chaparral Elementary. 3 years and $14 million later, this is what you still see. APS tells News 13 that the kids should have a structure by the end of October. Parents are hoping that is the case.
Kind of need to get on the ball with this and let us know that our children are important by giving them what they need.
So the project is part of a push by APS to redo its older schools.
Meantime, Albuquerque Public Schools is repairing a bunch of holes that somebody dug up on a baseball field at Volcano Vista High School. A police report has been filed, and all of this is being investigated. APS says most of the field has been repaired this morning. Happening tomorrow, a public meeting will be held on a fuel spill cleanup at Kirtland Air Force Base. Representatives from the Air Force, the Water Utility Authority, and the city will be on hand to answer questions. They will also provide an update on that cleanup, including the new pump and treat system that was installed last month. The fuel leak, discovered in 1999, is believed to have been seeping into the ground for decades. The public meeting is scheduled for tomorrow night. Details on the KRQE News app. Time now is 6:04. Not a single dime. One Albuquerque man is making it his job right now to find other New Mexicans jobs, and he's doing it without getting paid.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of the legwork and putting all the info on one website. You may be wondering why. News 13's Catherine Mazzone is here with everything you need to know. Good morning, Catherine.
Good morning, Crystal. It's called NM Netlinks, and every month its founder posts 100 or more jobs to the website. Seem too good to be true? Think again.
It's short for New Mexico Networking Links.com.
Stacy Sacco is a UNM professor, but many know him better as the founder of NM Netlinks.
It opens a door to information for people to know where the jobs are.
Every week, Sacco sends out an email to his more than 3,200 subscribers.
This is the jobs I just posted last week.
But it all started with just 3 subscribers. Sacco attended a job fair after living out of state for several years. He tried networking with other job seekers, but found they were hesitant to share information.
Individuals were a little bit sort of competitive about, well, I can't share information with you. One woman said, you might take all the jobs. I'm like, what are you kidding? Yeah, are you kidding me?
Not Sacco. He had no problem sharing the jobs he was after.
It was such a big hit with everybody about, oh my gosh, I didn't know these jobs were going on.
Such a big hit, Sacco started posting the jobs online, and the rest is history. Most of the jobs are marketing and tech related, but Sacco has information for all job seekers.
Here's all the largest employers, and there's 171 businesses ranked by size or number of employees.
From businesses and professional associations to how to research jobs. Sacco partly does it to network and make himself more employable. The other part?
It's so great to be able to know that I made a difference because they found a job through that list. And how great is that?
While Sacco has a lot of resources on his page, there's also a lot job seekers have to do for themselves, including contacting employers and filling out applications. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Catherine. Now, we posted a link to those resources on our website. Just go to KRQE.com. We turn now to this. New this morning, a big change for elections on the Navajo Nation. The topic has been a center of controversy. Now the Navajo Nation is loosening its language requirements for top elected officials after voters approved the change yesterday. It eliminates the need for tribal leaders to be fluent in the Navajo language, giving more discretion in who can hold elected office. Now, this could also open the possibility that the Navajo Nation could elect a non-Navajo speaking president and vice president, starting with the election in 2018. We turn out to this happening today. The penalty phase for the man who opened fire in a Colorado movie theater, killing 12 people, is set to begin today. Jurors are now deciding whether to sentence James Holmes to death. Holmes pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity, but last week the jury rejected that defense, finding him guilty of all 164 counts against him. Now that same jury is deliberating his fate. This portion of the trial could last a month. New this morning, Bill Cosby's lawyers are now asking a judge to keep the comedian's 2006 settlement in a sexual battery lawsuit confidential. Yeah, this despite one of his accusers asking it to be unsealed. His attorneys argued yesterday that Cosby's admission to using Quaaludes in the 1970s does not mean he drugged and sexually assaulted women. The lawyers say the unsealing of Cosby's deposition and other filings have led to erroneous reports that brand Cosby as a rapist. New technology helped stop a robber in his tracks. Take a look at the video here. You can see 3 men storm a store. One holds the clerk down while the others take merchandise. The clerk was able to shoot the robber holding him down, but it doesn't help the situation. As the robbers take off, the clerk then pushes a hidden alarm button that sends this voice message over police scanner traffic. Take a listen.
271 in progress, Chevron, 3828 Highway 80, crossing Murphy School Road and South County Boulevard.
Now, the automatic voice-activated radio alarm lets businesses bypass 911 dispatch. Officers were there in 40 seconds. They were able to arrest the robber who was shot. They're still looking for the 2 others this morning. Okay, dads, listen to this. Researchers at Northwestern are suggesting that men gain anywhere from 3 to 5 pounds when they become new dads. The research focused on teen boys and young men, comparing weight changes in 3,400 men who became dads against 6,800 who didn't. Although that study didn't offer an explanation, they did mention a few guesses, such as dads who maybe bite on their kids' leftovers or maybe put off exercise in favor of spending more time with their kids. Probably all of that combined. I agree with that 100%. Well, it's a lifestyle change, right? I mean, it doesn't matter if you're new mom or new dad. There are new things that you have to consider, and sometimes your new routine takes a while to get into, I think. Exactly. And when they're toddlers, you don't know exactly what they're going to eat and what they're going to leave behind, and sometimes you feel bad leaving that chicken nugget. Knock it on the floor and give it to the dog. That's what I say. I don't know. The new warning this morning by police for parents about a suspicious man who may be posing as a salesman and targeting kids. Parents who did not want to be identified say their 5- and 9-year-old were playing in the garage with the door open at their home near Airport Road. That was in Santa Fe on Monday. The boy's mom heard her son shout, then found a strange man in their garage with the kids.
He tried to grab my son by the arm, but my son moved away from him, and I confronted him and asked him, well, what are you doing here?
So the mom says he claimed he was with Protection One Security selling cameras. Parents say the man did not provide them with any credentials. Protection One says they are looking into this and will work with police in any way. Now you can read their full statement on our KRQE News app along with this story. A man is in the hospital this morning after being stabbed with a Japanese-style sword. It happened at the Arioso Apartments near Montgomery and Pennsylvania at about 8:30 on Tuesday evening. Police say they found a man by the pool with a large cut on his arm. Police followed a blood trail to another apartment where they found their suspect, 25-year-old Joshua Holt. Police are now looking into exactly what happened there. We turn now to some disturbing claims by some Albuquerque residents about the teens charged in the murder of Stephen Garrick. They're blaming the justice system for them being out that day, saying that same group terrorized them more than a year ago. Nob Hill neighbors say kids tried to break into a home on their block last year. When the homeowner chased them, one of the teens started shooting. A neighbor says a stolen camera is proof that it was them. When it was found, there were new pictures on it of some of the kids.
APD did apprehend some of them, and they are the same suspects.
So neighbors say one of the pictures shows Jeremiah King, the 16-year-old accused in the shooting death of Garrick. APD would not confirm if the kids were arrested in that incident or if anyone within the department saw the pictures. We turn now to a live look over Washington, where President Obama has ordered the U.S. flag to be flown at half-staff at the White House. It's to honor the service members killed during a shooting in Chattanooga, Tennessee, nearly a week ago. Also happening right now across the country, governors of some states are allowing members of their National Guard to be armed on duty.
It comes after the shooting in Chattanooga. That attack, as you know, killed 4 Marines and a sailor at a Navy support site nearly a week ago. Investigators say Mohammed Abdulaziz fired dozens of rounds at a strip mall recruiting station before he went to the support center. Federal regulations prohibit recruiters and other military personnel from being armed, but governors are allowing Guard members to do so, some of them anyway. Defense Secretary Ash Carter has ordered a full review of current policy.
Now, you won't see National Guard members armed in New Mexico today, but Governor Susana Martinez has ordered a review of all security policies at recruiting sites and armories. New this morning in the statement, the governor also orders General Andrew Salas to, quote, take necessary force protection actions at each facility while continuing to work with federal agencies and other states. News 13 spoke with General Salas, who says authorities here have already started evaluating safety.
At this stage, in consultation with our law enforcement partners, we don't believe that that's a necessary step, and so we are not directing the arming of any of our soldiers.
Now, while Salas cannot comment on specific steps he may take to keep service members safe, he does say those who work in public places have been trained to handle a variety of situations.
Time is 6:36 and new this morning, newly released dash cam video of a traffic stop. And this traffic stop involves a 28-year-old civil rights activist who died in police custody. Today, it's fueling more questions than answers. It shows a Texas state trooper pulling over Sandra Bland for failing to signal a lane change and then threatening her with a taser when she failed to get out of the car. Authorities have said that Bland hanged herself in her jail cell days after this all happened, but her family doesn't believe that. The DA says her death is being treated like a murder investigation.
This morning, we're taking a look at a police disturbance call that got ugly here in New Mexico. Now, the man who was hauled off to jail says he plans on suing. Officers say Frank Olanio Jr. baited police officers with abusive language before he says officers got too rough. But Olania says he wants to sue for what happened next.
You're close enough for your kids and everything, aren't you?
All right, come here.
Brat. Nope. You do that one more, I swear to God, I'll kill you. You understand? I'll take care of it.
Olania was arrested and booked, where his rants kept going, and he admits to being a drug addict. He was eventually taken to the hospital. He's charged with resisting arrest, assault on a police officer, and disorderly conduct, but the DA has dropped those charges. Taos police won't comment, saying it could be a part of a pending lawsuit.
Police say they have some new leads this morning as they try to find the person who they believe set a homeless man on fire. Albuquerque police have been asking for tips to find a purple SUV with flashy rims. Police say a week and a half ago, that SUV was captured on video near Highland High School. Somebody threw a firework on a sleeping homeless man. That sparked a fire. That man remains in the ICU this morning with burns all over his body.
We turn out to a live look of our nation's capital this morning, where the Federal Trade Commission is looking into identity theft protection service company Lifelock, claiming they aren't actually protecting customer data again. Back in 2010, Lifelock was forced to pay $12 million in refunds to customers after the FTC alleged it was using false claims to promote its services. The company promised a better protection of the personal information of its users, including credit card, social security, and bank account numbers. This morning, federal officials say the company violated a settlement with the agency and 35 state attorneys general. Lifelock says it will take the case to court.
New facts this morning for those using prepaid debit cards to pay bills. Cyber thieves apparently have figured out a way to steal money from people with a fake website. Some customers who use the prepaid cards reload it have had money taken from them. People unknowingly navigate to fake sites via fraudulent email links or online search results, then enter sensitive information, which the bad guys end up taking. Always look, authorities say, for HTTPS. The S indicates it's a secure site, and you should never enter sensitive information without seeing that at the end of the web address there.
Wow, those are very popular now. Turn out to this. New video this morning shows an Oregon sheriff's deputy and 2 police officers save a fellow deputy from a burning car. Take a look at your TV screen. He was trapped in that car when it caught fire after a crash this weekend. Deputy Sean Laddie was responding to a call for backup when the Independence Police Department Saturday morning. Authorities say someone hit the deputy's car, sending it into a ditch. It caught fire and he could not get out on his own. Luckily, though, other law enforcement there, they pulled him out just in time. He walked away with only a broken arm and shoulder, other minor injuries, but he's expected to be okay today.
That's teamwork there. It's good they were on the scene with him.
Yeah.